Hello guys, this is a very serious video. We have 5 players who are being criminally underdrafted, underappreciated, looked down upon, slept on, whatever the words are. This is Dan from DNR Sports, bringing you my top 5 sleepers of 2020. Now, disclaimer, all of these players are freaking studs. They are all great players. I don't have no freaking Eric Ebron 20th overall tight end crap. No. They're all good. They're all just being way overlooked. So, to begin, as you see, I have the tight ends pulled up on Underdog Fantasy, the best ball drafting platform that I'm currently using. And they show the average draft position of every tight end. Now, George Kittle is 3rd on this list. I have heard the dumbest arguments as to why he should be even lower than 3rd somehow. He is better than Waller. Let's just get that right out of the way. He is better than Waller. Let's just go right into his stats. Last year, without even playing a full season, he played 8 games, 634 yards. If he played a full season, that's almost 1,300 yards as a tight end. Now, I've been hearing all the blah, 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 whatever about Trey Lance versus Jimmy G. Do you guys understand? Look at these past seasons. Almost 1,400 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1,053 yards. And then if this one's paced out, 1,300 yards again. And yes, touchdowns suck. I'm not going to lie. But do you guys understand that in these 2018 and 2019, and even 2017 season, his rookie year, he had been playing with CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins, and Jimmy G. Jimmy G was the best out of them. Barely. They all suck. Now, we're all of a sudden scared to draft him because, Jimmy G might start? Someone explain to me how that makes any sense. Trey Lance is supposed to be, all upside, whatever. But how are we scared to draft George Kittle? Because he might get the best quarterback he's played with still. Jimmy G is better than Mullins and better than Beathard. Barely, but he is better. How are we scared to draft George Kittle with 1,400 yard upside, with, in my opinion, 10 touchdown upside? He's criminally underrated in the touchdown department. That will go up. They're just such a good running offense that they've been able to pound it in over the years. But this just boggles my mind that people are actually concerned about the quarterback situation here. He's never had a good quarterback. He's Allen Robinson, but still getting the production. This boggles my mind. And the upside of if Trey Lance plays, who knows how great he's going to be? Who knows how much he'll target the tight end? But is Trey Lance worse than Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard? No. I want all this talk of Darren Waller being better. Let's bring up Darren Waller right now. Darren Waller 2020 stats. Here we go. So Darren Waller had 1,196 yards and 9 touchdowns. Yes, that's good. No doubt about that. That's good. But he does not have the upside that George Kittle has. That is 145 targets. George Kittle, in 9 less targets, had way more yards. Yes, he had less touchdowns, but yards are what show true talent. George Kittle being criminally underrated. I can't get behind this whole all the QB situation. That's the only reason he's dropping. How could you let Darren Waller go above when it's a healthy Kittle? The whole 49ers offense and defense are going to be healthy. This team is way better than the Raiders. It's just no. Next up on our list, we're going to look at Devonta Adams. Pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same situation. You're going to be like, how is Devonta Adams a sleeper? Let me show you. How he's a sleeper. How the is Devonta Adams 17.6 average ADP? What? No. Right, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? They actually have Tyreek and Stephon projected for as much, if not more than him. Is that a joke? Like, what planet are we on? We know it. Guys, newsflash, Aaron Rodgers is coming back to the Packers. He's not leaving. He's not sitting out. We know that's not happening. He's not going to Denver. Take advantage while you can of a 17th pick, Devonta Adams. He should be top 5. This man just averaged like 30 points a game last season. Let's go look at his stats. This is disgusting. This is so disgusting. So it's just 14 games, but he left 2 of them early, so it's really like 12 and a half to 13 games. 115 receptions, 1,400 yards, 18 touchdowns. Oh my goodness! Like what? Look at these crazy targets, crazy yards, insane touchdowns. Like this needs to stop. Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill. Like I could see maybe an argument for Tyreek Hill. Like maybe, but just no. He's got Kelsey in the way. It's just not the same. It's just not the same, man. Devonta Adams, he's just an alpha. We saw what he did last year. Aaron's gonna be back. That's the only concern. We're letting these like dumb concerns. I'm sorry, it's a dumb concern. It got blown way out of proportion. Did you guys know that Adam Schefter pretty much blew out that whole story for no reason? There was no hardcore evidence that Aaron actually wanted to trade. It's just about money currently. Like, and he's so worried about his money. He's gonna play. Like, I'm so sick of hearing all this crap. Devonta Adams way overlooked. This is just obvious. Next up, Tom Brady. I just gotta say this right now. In what world? In what world do we take a Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow over Tom Brady? Everyone else I can kind of see the argument for. Guys. Tom Brady just what third in the league with passing yards, 4,633. Second in touchdowns, 40. 12 interceptions. That's not great or anything, but 28th. That's pretty good. QBR 9th, not bad or anything. But he's part of a team that brought back every single starter, and somehow we're taking Joe Burrow over him, huh? And Jalen Hurts, who might not even play the whole year. Like, oh, this hurts my brain. I get rushing upside, and we love athleticism, but guys, this is insane. This is very, very good stats for a quarterback, especially for fantasy. He's got way more weapons than Joey Burrow or than Jalen Hurts. Better defense too. Like this team will be. Yes, they may pass less. Joey B's probably gonna have way more pass attempts by end of year. But the sheer efficiency of this Bucs offense, it's just unmatched. I just don't understand how this ADP. Like I just don't get it. How could you have him here? He's clearly right behind Russ or right with Russ. Anyways, that's a joke. Next person we're looking at, another receiver. Michael Thomas, currently going at the board at 27.9, average ADP. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9th overall receiver on Underdog. Guys, if you can see, there's a theme to this list. Taking advantage of unknown situations that we actually do know, we're just scared to know. It's going to be Jameis Winston, guys. It's going to be Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill is not the quarterback there. Yes, Taysom will score some red zone touches, which will limit Michael Thomas's red zone upside. I will not deny that. Same with Alvin Kamara's red zone upside. But we see he's had 9 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns. Last year was an outlier, man. He was injured the whole year playing through that busted ankle, never got fixed until the offseason. Taysom Hill, just their whole plan was to run the ball and only run the ball. Jameis was not ready. This year, Jameis is coming in. Guys, this man is a yard machine. Forget the touchdowns. 1,700 yards as a receiver with 185 targets, 149 receptions. Like, I don't care if this is a 0 in the touchdown department. You're taking that all day, every day. Guys, Jameis Winston can actually throw the ball. I'm sorry, all you Drew Brees fans, but he's been hurt. He's been old. It's not the same. I know Jameis is half blind, but for all intents and purposes, that's decent for fantasy. Jameis was able to make Evans and Godwin wide receiver 1s in the same year while throwing 30 picks. Thomas is better than both of them. Thomas is a better receiver than both of them. And Sean Payton is a better coach. Okay? Like, this isn't rocket science. This is a better fit, a better situation. I'm sure Jameis will not be throwing 30 picks, so their offense will not be having to be coming from behind as much. I can guarantee that. But Michael Thomas is a better player than Godwin or Evans, and is the only receiver really on that team. Yes, Kamara gets his dump offs, but the actual alpha receiver here is obviously Michael Thomas. And Jameis wants to let loose. They're not going to just let Jameis sit in the pocket all day. They're just not going to do that. They're going to let him just run around, send him down the field. They don't care. They don't care. Anyways, the last person on this list, same thing, guys. Same sentiment. Adam Thielen. Everybody loves to hate on my boy Adam Thielen. He had 14 touchdowns last year. I understand. I fully understand, people, that 14 touchdowns is an outlier, right? Like 14 touchdowns doesn't just always happen. But if you actually watch the games last year and how they played, the fact that he had 14 touchdowns with Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook doing what they did last year is just amazing. Like, this man in the red zone is something else. I want you guys to watch Adam Thielen's tape in the red zone and how clean and crisp his route running is, and that connection he has with Kirk. I don't care how much, like, I love Justin Jefferson. His route running is so insane. But I can't deny that when they're in the red zone, Kirk does not look at Justin. Like, he will glance at him, but Adam Thielen is where he wants to go. He has full faith in Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is the better contested catcher, and he's the better route runner in the end zone. On the field, Justin obviously can do any route on the field. Adam probably can't. But in the end zone, Adam, it's basically that Jordy Nelson effect. You know where to find the space. You may not be the best athlete ever, but you know how to get open, and you have that connection with your quarterback. Yes, 925 yards. That's not great as a receiver. That's 26th. Obviously not insane. But as much as we want to say there's negative regression with the touchdowns, we got to say there's some positive regression with the receptions and the yards there. Dalvin Cook can't always get 30 touches a game. Minnesota will be playing from behind. They have a much tougher schedule this year. They will be playing the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns. Like, it's games from behind, right? So Cook isn't going to be getting his 30 touches that he was able to get last year. We can't all be biased and just say, okay, touchdowns going to come down and receiving yards and receptions going to stay the same. That's just, no. You got to look at this objectively. He had 108 targets last year. That's not crazy or anything, but I do think this offense will start to pass more. He was injured the year before. We can't really look at that. But the 2 previous years, almost 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns, like 1,300 yards and 4 touchdowns. This man has it in him, obviously. He is an alpha, for sure, and especially in the red zone. I just think this is one of those years again. There was a year, I think it was like 2014, where it was like Evans and Jordy were getting drafted later than the other receivers like AJ Green and all them, just because, it was only touchdown upside. And what do? Walked in for 12 touchdowns again the next year. Like, it's just those players that will get touchdowns. If this was Mike Evans right now, no one would be questioning it. They'd be like, yep, he's the touchdown machine, no regression. Like, everyone expects Mike Evans to do his thing in the red zone. Why is Adam Thielen any different? Like, someone explain it to me. He's just a better route runner than Evans, who's not as big. Like, they equal out. They're the same type of player. It's basically Devonta, too. Devonta's the same kind of way in the end zone. Like, Devonta's not the most athletic freak ever, but he gets open, and the quarterback has full trust in him. Adam Thielen is the number 1 look in the red zone. We're not going to just breeze by that. Justin Jefferson is the route runner on the field, not in the end zone. But, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I just had to get that out there because it's just blasphemy. All these guys are studs, and we're all just like, they suck. We're all just like, Kittle has this issue, his quarterbacks aren't correct, or whatever. Michael Thomas, you sucked last year, no touchdowns. Guys, get rid of the recency bias and think of the big picture, okay? But yeah, so if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure half you guys can be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. These guys suck for various reasons. But get beyond your biases, guys. These guys are just flashing values currently in ADP. Once Aaron's back, Devonta's going back to 1. Get him while you can. You don't even need Trey Lance to be in, but I'm just saying, once Trey Lance is in, Kittle's going to go way up. You don't even need him in, though, guys. Remember, Jimmy G's just as fucking good. Once Dalvin stops getting the 30 carries a game, Thielen skyrockets. You guys are going to be like, why is Thielen taking all my touchdowns from Cook and Jefferson? He's supposed to be an old man now. What's happening? Like, people don't just phase out like that. His game isn't burning you with speed. His game is just beating you with the routes, Michael Thomas, like, he was injured last year. What do you guys want? You can't expect a guy who's banging on like a broken ankle with a quarterback who won't even throw the ball more than 5 times a game to get touchdowns. No. And then lastly, Tom Brady. It just never ages, guys. When are we going to learn? When are we going to learn Tom Brady does not age? He's a great quarterback. But anyways, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. We're at 120 now. I'm loving it, guys. Let me know some ideas in the comments of what other videos to do. I'm thinking about like a comparative receiver video, like Jamar Chase versus Tyler Boyd versus T. Higgins, and then like CD versus Amari, Robert Woods versus Cup, Julio, AJ Brown, like all those types of guys, and debating with like Richie and maybe Adam, and seeing like relative to ADP, who do we prefer? Any other ideas? Let me know, of course. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.